Hey there, and welcome to this week's episode of My Opinion On. So, this week we are going to talk about child abuse that was suggested by Tech Life FX a while back, a long while back, but yeah, I just found it in my idea sketchbook thingy, so I thought, yeah, why not do an episode about it? So, child abuse. First of all, I don't think it's. I think we can all agree that it's just wrong to abuse a child in any kind of way. That's just wrong. But the thing is that in today's society, I think child abuse starts at a very weird and early kind of point. Basically, some people think that child abuse is if you don't buy your children an iPhone, for example, if they want one. So if you are a 6-year-old and you want an iPhone, you should get an iPhone. And if anything else is child abuse, and it's just wrong for me. And of course, I never thought that there would be a reason to beat a child or to hit a child. I don't think there are many reasons to do that. Maybe if it runs around and kills your other kids, that might be a reason to hit your child, but yeah, that's just, it's just a funny thought, whatever. But other than that, there is no real reason why you would have ever to beat up your child. And from my own childhood, I remember I wasn't beat up. I was slapped on the ass a couple of times. One time in my entire childhood, my parents just didn't believe in any kind of violence in raising their children. And I think my bigger brother was, put over the lap once, and got his ass slapped once, and that's just the whole thing that happens. And I kind of deserved it back when it happened, because I remember I think it was a Saturday morning, and we didn't have school back in the day. We had school on Saturdays, so yeah, we didn't have school, so I was running around the house, and we weren't allowed to run around the house. We got told that every freaking day, don't run around the house, because there was many expensive stuff standing around. And my father had those big sculptures of dogs. He really loves dogs, and those were dog sculptures. They were made out of some fancy material. I have no idea what it was, maybe marble or something, but they were very expensive. They were big, they were heavy, and he really liked those sculptures. So yeah, we weren't supposed to run around because of the sculptures, and of course we weren't allowed to walk around those sculptures, because they're expensive and we're children, we're stupid. So yeah, on a Saturday morning, I woke up, I put a huge big freaking blanket around my shoulders, and I walked around the house, and of course I started running around the house. And yeah, of course, I hit one of those dogs with a blanket. The blanket was very long, so it followed me. And when I did a turn, the blanket knocked over that dog. And yeah, it fell to the ground and it exploded in a million pieces. And of course, when my father came home that evening, he was raging. Of course, I destroyed that very important piece of thing for him, and it was very expensive. So yeah, he put me over his lap and slapped me 2-3 times. It wasn't that much. Of course, as a child I was crying, and it was like the worst thing that could ever happen to me, and I didn't feel like I deserved it. But now in retrospective, I deserved it, and I never ran around the house again, and I basically never knocked over something again. I think the only other thing I destroyed in my whole life was a glass. So yeah, I kind of learned from that experience. So there is this distinction I think you have to make between what is the right way to use violence basically and the wrong way. Some children, they need a harder hand. I don't think you should slap them in the face or something like that. But if they do the same wrong thing over and over again, maybe putting them over your lap isn't such a bad thing, from time to time, so that they learn it. You don't have to, beat them to crap. You just have to be a little like, yeah, you will get put over the lap if you don't stop acting like a bitch. That's just... Okay, you shouldn't probably tell them that they are a bitch, but whatever. So yeah, child abuse and every other kind of abuse, even if it's not physical, there can be mental abuse or even sexual abuse. If you're doing sexual abuse on your child, you deserve to die. Sorry, that's just there. You could argue that it's some kind of medical condition, it's a psychological condition, but you know what? It's your own child, so fuck you and die. That there is no there is no excuse for that. I can't, no, there is no excuse for that. Simple as that. I don't need to explain it. There is no excuse for that. If you do anything sexually with your own child against their will, nope. So yeah, that was my opinion on child abuse. What do you think? Please leave it in the comment section below and maybe rate the video if you enjoyed it, or if you not enjoyed it, rate it also with a positive whatever. But yeah, that was this week's episode of My Opinion On. I'm iLostLink, signing out.